essential input in mark to market accounting practice and creates an internal insurance fund against loan defaults. And loan loss provision helps in prudential supervision through accurate assessment of banks' overall financial health, and these improved financial system stability by limiting bank failures, because no bank failures, because already bank have separated its finance for the loan losses. Okay, so these are the some protection of banking system in the form of the loss of bank as a non-performing assets. And here the mark to market means a method of measuring the fair value of accounts that can fluctuate over time, such as assets or liabilities, such as you can understand from examples. That is, when the banks lend money to its borrowers, and when fluctuates the interest rate of this borrowing facilities of borrowers. Okay, and when interest rate can fluctuate up or down, then these mark to market helps banks in the facilities of loans as a matter of the assets and liabilities. Okay, so this is the process of mark to market. And approaches for loan loss provisions. What are the factors? Levels of loan loss provisions depends on a number of factors, such as bank's loss history and internal ratings, unexpected levels for safety and soundness of the bank, competitive analysis of other banks, and economic conditions. So these are the some factors of loan loss provisions. And the current approach of loan loss provisions. Presently in India, the banks are required to mark loan loss provisions based on the incurred loss approach. Okay, and this current approach is a pro-cyclic prudential regime in which banks need to provide for losses that have occurred or incurred. Here, the coverage increases with specific provision when loans start deteriorating and become non-performing. As an accounting reference, it is promoted by International Accounting Standard, that is IAS 39. Okay, here economics is also defined the IAS in terms of 39 rank. Okay, so it is a uh, appearing as a pleasure of IAS officers. Okay, so IAS 39 financial instruments, recognition and measurement. In 2014, the IAS 39 was superseded by IFRS. That if you remove F, then IRS officer and rank 9. So you can remember from these mnemonics that IAS for 39, Article 39 given for the welfare of women as well as children. Okay, through amendment, and under Article 39B and 39C, you can remember through IAS 39 that superseded by IFRS 9. Okay, because these IAS also the highest decision making officers in IAS than IRS. So you can remember this. In superseded by IFRS, here it is inversely. It is inverse than IFRS is more powerful than IAS. Okay, so you can remember from this mnemonics. IFRS means International Financial Reporting Standards, changing the bank's loan loss provisioning practices to expected loss-based approach. And what is the proposed approach? The expected loss-based approach is a counter-cyclical or dynamic forward-looking framework designed to build up reserves of provisions during the good economic times through higher loan loss provisions and use them in the, so it has a smoothing effect at the individual bank level and on the overall business cycle as well, helping to avoid any systematic issues. So when the expected loss-based approach is a counter-cyclic or dynamic forward-looking framework designed to build up reserves of provisions during the good economic times through higher loan loss provisions and use them in the economic downturn by reporting lower loan loss provisions. And this proposed approach is something effect at the individual bank level and on the overall business cycle as well, helping to avoid any systemic issues. Okay. And next is the proposed framework on loan loss provisions under the ECL regime. So here you will understand the here the first proposed to be adopted from April 2018 but was deferred. In India, bigger non-banking financial companies are already following the ECL approach for estimating credit losses. What are the guidelines? Banks to classify financial assets, primarily loans, into three categories: category 1, category 2, category 3. Here the stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3, depending upon the asset credit loans on them. Okay, asset credit loans means the loans already financed at the time of initial recognition and on each subsequent reporting date and make necessary provisions. Okay, International Financial Reporting Standards. What is IFRS? IFRS are a set of accounting standards that govern how particular types of transactions and events will be reported in financial statements. They are developed and maintained by the International Accounting Standards Board. One of the two standards is boards of IFRS Foundation. International Sustainability Standards Board is the second board to set up the IFRS Sustainability Disclosure Standards. And the IAS issued by the antecedent International Accounting Standards Council are endorsed and amended by the IASB. ISB for International Accounting Standards Board. And International Accounting Standards Council was formed in 1973 and in 2001 it was replaced by International Financial Reporting Standards. So these are the correlation between IAS and IFRS. Okay, and here you can see that the stage 1 criteria of this IFRS or criteria of this guidelines proposed framework on loan loss provisions in terms of three categories such as stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. In stage 1, the basic analysis classification of financial assets. Under stage 1, no significant increase in credit risk since initial recognition or that have low credit risk at the reporting date. Under stage 2, significant increase in credit risk since initial recognition but there is no objective evidence of impairment. Okay, under stage 3, financial assets with objective evidence of impairment at the reporting date. And the analysis of provisions for these assets. For 12 months expected credit loans are recognized and interest revenue is calculated on the gross carrying amount of the assets. Under stage 2, lifetime expected credit losses are recognized but interest revenue is still calculated on the gross carrying amount of the asset. Under category 3, the lifetime expected credit loans. Here 12 months, here lifetime expected credit losses, and under category 3, lifetime expected credit loss is recognized and interest revenue is calculated on the net carrying amount. So you can remember. And next, the banks can design and implement their own models for measuring ECL while estimating loss provisions in line with the proposed principles. Okay, and regional rural banks and smaller cooperative banks. This will to be decided later are proposed to be kept out of the framework. Okay, and here potential benefits and concerns for ECL regime. Benefits and concerns. Benefit means benefits such as enhanced bank solvency and increased resilience of banking system as it is likely to result in excess provisions to smooth out loan losses in long terms and align India's credit loss provisions with global regulatory framework and increased transparency in credit loss provisions and concerns high impact of increased provisions on banks' capital yet to be tested at a larger level. That is, ECL research is limited to few countries such as Spain, China, etc. Its ability to generate sufficient provisions depends on the severity and timeline of the existing crisis and business cycle developments, that is, upstream and downturn, are hard to detect. And next is the steps proposed to mitigate the concerns. Are there to issue board guidelines, board guidance, that is specifying detailed expectations on the factors and information that will be required to be considered while designing the credit risk models and propose ECL models from bank to be independently validated to verify and compliance with the RBI guidance. Another proposed ECL models compliance with RBI guidance, calibrated use of relevant available data banks, proper back testing, and internal validation of the models to remove any bias, etc. And RBI to specify the minimum provisions needed for each stage. Sufficient time to be given for implementation of the framework due to the complexities involved in designing the models and the time required to test them. Banks will have the option to phase out the effect of increased provisions on common equity tier 1 capital over a maximum period of 5 years, as permitted under the basic guidelines. What is basic guidelines about the bank's provisions for its lending and for its borrowing provisions to prevent the bank loss? And this will aid in smooth transition along the basic guidelines. The RBI guidelines also relate with the guidelines of basic norms and related news. The National Asset Reconstruction Company Limited, these are the public-private or private lender. No, private not private, but these are asset reconstruction company or bad bank. Okay, has acquired its first estate asset GP in practice from lender. Why this? Why these are bad banks? Because bad banks carry the non-performing asset, that is the loan which are given by the banks to the borrowers, and borrowers not be able to pay this borrowing amount, and the bank could be made bankrupt. Okay, and these loans were converted into the non-performing assets. So bad banks will have to work that these non-performing assets will be self-collected by these bad bank and the money transferred by bad bank to the banks. Okay, which are mainstream in the market. And the bad bank has acquired its first estate asset Japanese in practice from lenders. So these are national asset reconstruction company. Bad bank is a corporate structure that isolates risky assets held by banks in a separate entity. It was announced in urban budget 2021-22 and NARCL. Announced in union budget 2021-22. NARCL will take over large value NRA accounts over 500 crore from banks with total assets to be acquired around 2 lakh crore. The spread assets, that is non-performing assets, will be acquired through a 15% upfront cash payment and 85% in form of security receipts. So this is the process that if 100 rupees in terms of the, if you have 100 rupees, then national asset reconstruction companies or bad bank give 15% for its loan amount in the cash when they collected these non-performing assets, and this the bad bank will give asset to the bank as a 15% to the asset in cash. Okay, and remaining 85% will give after collecting and after converting it into the white money. Okay, like in the performing assets. Okay, so you can remember this. These are the process of these stressed assets that will acquired through a 15% upfront cash payment and 85% in form of security receipts. Okay, these are process which will distribute by bad banks to the banks. And this NARCL is incorporated under the Companies Act, with public sector banks hold a majority stake. Okay, so this is the PPP model, that is 51% stake with the government and 49% stake with the private sector. Okay, it is registered with RBI as an ARC under Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Act, that is SARFAESI Act 2002. So you can remember this. Okay, and significance of bad bank. What significance? Reduce non-performing assets of banks, improving financial system stability and efficiency, improve recoveries and promote competition as non-national asset reconstruction company, allows Swiss challenge to get the best for banks from stretched assets. Opportunities for other asset reconstruction companies at MSMEs level. Okay, as NARCL reconstruct assets only where banks total exposure is more than 500 crores. So you can remember the significance of these banks. Reduce NPAs of banks, improving financial system stability and efficacy. This is the simple word. Here, opportunities for other asset reconstruction companies at MSMEs level, then the deadline of the financial position is more than 500 crore, then these ARCs or NARCL reconstruct assets only where banks total exposure is more than 500 crore. Means when more than 500 crore asset can be involved with in the area of MSMEs, then NARCL would reconstruct these assets. Okay, so you can remember. Next is the securitization of stretched assets framework. What is this and why was in news? RBI floated a discussion paper on securitization of stretched assets framework, that is under the SURFACE Act. Okay, and this securitization and stretched assets framework. What is securitization? Securitization refers to a process that involves pooling of loans and then selling them to a special purpose entity. Okay, one company is set up here, that is a special purpose company, and this is the securitization, that is loans given by the banks. This is the banks, and this securitization special purpose entity, this bank selling these assets to a special purpose entity, and this special purpose entity will create these non-performing assets into the performing assets, that is the real assets. Okay, yes, a special purpose entity which then issues securities backed by the loan pool. So this is the meaning of this special purpose entity. A special purpose entity, also called as a special purpose vehicle, okay, that regulate these assets, these non-performing assets from banks and change into the performing assets, that is the real assets. Okay, these special purpose vehicles represents a company, trust or other entity organized for a specific purpose. And securitization involves transactions which redistribute credit risk in assets by repackaging them into tradable securities with different risk profiles. Okay, so tradable securities means one person hold an asset, or you can see that one person hold a bond, like example, like bond. This person collects this bond through the company. Okay, and this company shares this bond to this person. Okay, this is the issuer and this is the borrower. Okay, and this person, if he wants to trade his bond into the another person, then this person can sell this bond to another person, and this person collects this bond from this person, though so this is called as the tradable securities, and this person can sell his bond again to this company. Okay, so remember, this is the tradable securities with different risk profiles. See image on how securitization work. These assets can be standard assets, that is loans which are not classified as non-performing asset, or assets with a delinquency up to 89 days. Okay, means 89 days, that is converted into non-performing assets. Okay, if 89 days has been crossed by this asset, by these loans, and not given pay to the bank, then it will be considered in the non-performing assets. Okay, and stretched assets, that is non-performing assets. Simple. SSAF aims to enable securitization of non-performing assets through the special purpose entity route on the lines of securitization of standard assets. Okay, so you can remember this. Currently in India, the securitization of standard assets is allowed through the special purpose entity route in accordance with the Basel guidelines that came into force from January 2018, and this Basel norm is performing better way to prevent from the bankruptcy in the banking system, and this Basel guidelines is performing in India. And along with this, the SURFACE Act was created in 2002 or in 2000. Okay, the securitization of stretched assets is done by the licensed asset reconstruction companies under the SURFACE Act. In 2019, the task force On development of secondary market for corporate loans, decided to introduce SSAF in addition to the ARC route, similar to the framework for securitization of standard. Okay, so remember this. And benefits of SSAF: investors access to an alternative investment route in stressed assets with an attractive risk or return profile, helps in portfolio diversification, more income opportunities for asset reconstruction companies. And benefit of financial institutions: provide a market based mechanism for management of credit risk, that is to sell bad loans, upfront liquidity to lenders on the assets, and reduced regulatory capital requirements, improve the quality of the sale and resolution of non performing assets. And benefit of these SSAF for market: deepening India's credit risk market through the development of a strong and robust securitization market in India, and facilitate simpler securitization securities and convergence of India's norms with globally accepted prudential norms, and help to spread out risk within market. Okay. Yes. And here next is the inland waterways in India. It is very crucial, which is frequently in news. Okay. The Prime Minister unveiled inland waterways projects worth rupees 1000 crore to increase transport, trade and tourism in eastern India. And here the Haldia multi-modal terminal in West Bengal was inaugurated under Jal Marg Vikas Pariyojana with cargo handling capacity of around over 3 million metric tons per annum. You can remember this, the Haldia multi-modal terminal in the Brahmaputra river. Okay, and national waterway number 1 is from Allahabad in UP to Haldia in West Bengal. Okay, this is the national waterway number 1. And maritime skill development center for the northeast was inaugurated in Guwahati, and Guwahati has also national waterway number 2. Okay, Jalmarg Vikas Pariyojana is what? Here we will understand this. Next, the foundation stone for a ship repair facility and an elevated road at Pandu terminal in Guwahati was laid. More than 60 community jetties are being constructed along the river Ganga to boost economic activities and improve the livelihoods of local communities in the region. Okay, and under this Jal Marg Vikas Pariyojana or Jal Marg Vikas project implemented by Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Inland Waterways Authority of India with support of the World Bank. What is the aim of this Jal Marg Vikas Yojana? To develop the stretch between Varanasi to Haldia on National Waterway 1 for navigation of large vessels weighing up to 1500 to 2000 tons, and other features such as Inland Waterway Authority of India came into existence in 1986 primarily for the development and regulation of inland waterways for shipping and navigation. And multimodal terminals are a part of Jal Marg Vikas project. We can remember it. Okay. And Haldia multimodal terminals is one of the 3 multimodal terminals being constructed on Ganga. 2 other multimodal terminals constructed in Sahibganj and Varanasi under the project. So you can remember this is a very important news. Okay. And these are the 13 national waterways which are now in operation. First waterways is here from Prayagraj to Haldia in West Bengal. Okay. And second is this is Sadia Dhubri. Okay, Sadia Dhubri. And national waterway number 3 is in Kerala, such as West Coast Canal from Champakara to Udyog Mandalam. Okay, Udyog Mandal. And national water number 4 constructed in Krishna River, constructed over Krishna River. Okay. And these are another national waterways which are very important for perspective of general studies as well as prelims. And national waterway number 100 constructed over the Tapi River, and Narmada is 73, Sundarban waterways 97, and this is a national waterway constructed over Krishna River number 4 from Muktiala to Vijayawada. So you can remember. Okay, so these are the important national waterways in India. And here the length of national waterways. Longest national waterways is Ganga Bhagirathi Hooghly, that is Haldia to Prayagraj or Prayagraj to Haldia. Okay, around 16 to 1620 kilometer. And second longest Brahmaputra river, that is from Sadia to Dhubri. Sadia to Dhubri. Okay. And third you can remember construct over the national waterway 100, that is constructed over the Tapi river. Okay, so these are the some important national waterways. Potential of inland waterways, inland water transport. National Waterways Act 2016 declared a total of 111 national waterways. Out of this, 17,980 km of the river and 2,256 km of canals can be used by mechanized crafts. Inland water transport in India has only 0.5% of total transport compared to 42% of Netherlands, China 8.7%, USA 8.3%, and Europe 7%. And road has freight movement around 65% and rail has around 27%. So inland waterway is very cheap as well as the very suitable transport system. As per the Maritime India Vision 2030 document, cargo movement on national waterways is targeted as 200 million metric ton by 2030 from current level of 83 million ton during financial year 2020-21. So you can remember what are the benefits of these inland waterways. Captive savings, the capacity augmentation of navigation on national waterway. Number 1, through the Jalmarg Vikas project, estimated to entail a capital expenditure of rupees 2.53 crore per kilometer only. Okay, compared to this road and rail, each cost over rupees 5 crore per kilometer. So this is the potential of national waterway transport system. Savings in transportation cost, such as kilogram on road moves. This is the 1 horsepower energy moves 150 kilogram on road, 500 kilogram on rail, and 4,000 kilogram on water. So this is the potential of this national waterway transport system. And environment friendly, because very low carbon emission through through inland waterway system than the road as well as airways. Use of modern inland water vessels with natural gas as fuel will reduce emission of sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxide around 70%, particulate matter 95%, and carbon dioxide 25%. Other factors include least fuel consumption per ton kilometer. Burden on road and rail transportation will come down, resulting in less fuel consumption and consequent environmental pollution. LNG and CNG engines have lower noise level than diesel engines which are riding on the road, hence less impact on ambient noise level. And these are the LNG and CNG can be easily riding on the waterway system. An improved river flow due to improvement or augmentation of navigation facilities will in turn benefit aquatic flora and fauna, and also can be eutrophication can be removed through this national waterway transportation, because no more nutrients are available and easily oxygen can easily penetrate inside water through the water in more depth. Okay, and enhanced regional trade. Inland waterway transport give boost to trade between India and Bangladesh, India and Myanmar through Kaladan multimodal project. Other benefits: increase in economic opportunities in the form of employment and business opportunities, both in relation to cargo movement and peripheral petty business activities. Access to local communities in the form of a mode of transport to conduct activities on both sides of the river. Okay, and these are the initiatives to develop inland waterways. Jal Marg Vikas project on national waterways. Memorandum of understandings have been signed with Bangladesh in order to reduce the logistics cost of the cargo. An integrated national transportation waterways grid study by Inland Waterway Authority of India. And Sagarmala project to expand inland waterways to drive industrial development. An interlinking of rivers program. Proposed allocation of 2.5% of the proceeds of Central Road Fund for waterways. So remember this. And what are the challenges in developing national waterways transportation system? Very long level of investment, because the lack of convergence between inland waterway transport and other modes of transport, and more emphasis on development of rail and road networks resulted in low level of expenditure on inland waterway transport, and high cost of development of ancillary facilities than any other transportation system. Development of modern day multimodal terminals, jetties, ferry points and river information systems is highly capital intensive, because India has more perennial river in the northern hemisphere than in the southern hemisphere because of peninsular plateau present in the middle Indian equatorial region, and perception of inland waterway transport investment as high risk investment. This was a disincentive for the banks to advance loans to private players. It discouraged private participation also even through public-private partnership mode, and technical challenges such as development and maintenance of fairway width of 2.5 meter to 3 meter depth, irregular siltation, speed control regulations to avoid bank erosion and safety of other users, safety against cross ferries, etc. And way forward, setting up navigational infrastructure. Absence of essential infrastructure such as cargo terminals and jetties has been one of the reasons for the slow development of water transport. Working with nature, water traffic should not impact the aquatic biodiversity. Measures like ban on dredging in protected habitat areas, all vessels should comply with zero discharge standards to prevent solid or liquid waste. Niti Aayog in its action plan recommended to increase the connectivity and efficiency of inland waterways by streamlining the governance of inland waterways and bringing an overarching body to oversee inland water transport such as Inland Waterway Authority of India to more consistency in the rules and strategy of the sector, and ease restriction on sea river movement by utilizing a single vessel for both inland and coastal water lowers transport costs and minimizes handling, and develop inland waterways transport to facilitate movement of goods to neighboring countries and northeastern region through the participation with Myanmar as well as Bangladesh, and develop measures for year-round navigation. Seasonality of this mode of transport reduces its adoption. Efforts should be made to develop deeper stretches of the river, that is at least 2.5 meter to 3 meter, to achieve year-round navigation, and adequate maintenance of rivers, including continuous dredging to maintain adequate water depth for servicing shipping lines should be ensured. And next is the technical textiles. What is this? Why was it news? Because the Ministry of Textiles issued two guidelines under the flagship program of National Textile Mission, and these guidelines are the general guidelines for enabling of academic institutes in technical textiles for private and public institutes, and general guidelines for grant for internship support in technical textiles under the education, training and skill component of National Technical Textile Mission. Goal to enhance the level of education and exposure to prospective Indian engineers or professionals in technical textiles to ensure adequate volume of talent is developed in these sunrise industries, because these industries are sunrise which are influencing and which are creating multiple employment generation for the youth. Okay, and general guidelines for enabling of academic institutes in technical textiles for private and public institutes. It will enable new technical textiles degree program for UG as well as PG, and updating of existing conventional degree programs with new papers of technical textiles. Funding provisions, assistance for introducing full course in technical textiles be up to 20 crores PG course and up to 10 crores at UG level. It will put emphasis on creating an effective and world-class knowledge ecosystem to make India a world leader in the field of technical textiles. So technical textiles are very important for the country's growth and development and its GDP as well as for the employment generation and education system in India. And general guidelines for grant for internship support in technical textiles. Grant of up to Indian rupee 20,000 per student per month should be provided to the impaneled companies for providing internships to BTech students of relevant departments of or specializations in public or private institutes. And significance of technical textiles. These are some importance of these technical textiles such as cost effective and user friendly. It serves as tough, lightweight alternatives to metals and allow for numerous customization options, and it provides extra strength and stiffness, thus making it suitable for use in the transportation, heavy material, ballistics, aerospace and marine sectors. Environmentally sustainable. It is developed through innovative technology. The Fiber breaks down into simple CO2 and H2O, reducing textile waste and limiting environmental impact, because the CO2 will be break down and it changes into the oxygen. The production is flexible, continuous, and versatile. Technical textiles are versatile material, finding application in a wide range of industrial, health, and consumer products. Lighter weight while being durable. It is used in heavy technical fabric such as airbags, conveyors, sailcloth, bulletproof fabric, as well as the light technical fabric used in medical apparel, sports wear is woven fabrics. Okay, and other benefits such as logistical convenience, high levels of uniformity, consistency in high temperature applications renders the product multifunctional, and so on. Okay, and this is the technical textiles materials and products manufactured primarily for technical performance and functional properties rather than aesthetic characteristics. These are the 12 different categories of technical textiles, such as Meditech, that is diapers, sanitary napkins, disposables, contact lens, artificial implants, and mobile tech such as airbags, helmets, nylon tire cord, airline disposable. So you can pause the video and read these 12 different categories in which under the technical textiles. These are technical textiles in India. India, fifth largest market for technical textile in the world, and India's current share is about US dollar 20 billion, around 8% of world market size of 250 billion. So this is the factual information. These are factual information you can remember, and you have to remember this about the technical textile in India and the world. 8% is annual average growth rate of this sector in India, and 5 to 10% is penetration level of technical textiles in India at against 30 to 70% in advanced countries. And what are the challenges related to technical textile sector in India? Lack of awareness. Benefits of technical textiles is still unknown to the larger masses of the country due to lack of marketing and basic knowledge about these products. And development of skilled workforce, because lack of skilled forces and the courses involved along with the industrial or manufacturing processes. The different products of technical textiles require different and high level of skill sets from workers, which is currently absent in the domestic industry. A lack of research and development. As a result of this, Indian technical textiles industry is facing is issue of lack of product diversification and imports of technical textiles. India imports significant amount of textiles, mainly cheap products from China and high-tech products from USA and Europe. This signifies that Indian technical textiles industry is lacking scale and the capacities to manufacture high-tech products. Okay, and structural issues. Importing of raw materials for technical textile products is costlier in India as compared to importing finished goods due to the inserted duty structure. Because uneven duty structure in India cannot robust formation, import and as well as export performance in the border area, and government initiatives to boost technical textiles. These are the government initiatives to boost the technical textile, such as harmonized system of nomenclature codes for technical textile, 100% FDI under automatic route. So this is the FDI norms under automatic route and not government route, and 100% FDI for technical textiles. A scheme for integrated textile park to boost entrepreneurship, and amended technology upgradation fund scheme. Technotex India event with FICCI and other stakeholders. So you can remember this. And how can India perform this technical textiles mission? Awareness creation. Government and the industry need to build a solid infrastructure to educate people about technical textiles and skilled workforce. There is an immediate need to organize specific forums for interaction between industry and academia, and included the courses in the higher education as well as the school level for the with the help of the industrial norms to create more number of students which are skilled for the creation of more technical textile industries. Opportunity for domestic manufacturers. Indian industry need to develop manufacturing capabilities for raw material of technical textiles, while technical textiles manufacturers need to upgrade their machinery and continuously expand the HSN code list of technical textiles to keep pace with the development and emergence of ever newer products in industry and continuously identify and focus on technical textile products and segments to align the support with priorities of Atmanirbhar Bharat and the technical textile products will focuses from importing China, which are very low quality products, and Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is self-reliant India and expansion of India's exports. So this is all about the news related to technical textiles in India. Okay, so this is the economic section which is ended here, and these are news in short, which will understand during the preparation of prelims perspective. Okay, so we will discuss again in shorts. Okay, so we will understand this in next section when we will discuss for the prelims examination. Okay, so here we will end the lecture and keep watching like the video as well as the share the video for more students which are needed for the current affairs topics. Okay, and subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon so that you will not miss update. Okay, so thank you for watching. Have a good day.